We're going.
Hey there, hi there, ho there, welcome back once again for another exciting episode. Space travel, all of that good stuff. Disney Compendium. Episode volume 43. It's been a while. I am your host, as always, JJ, over there. My good buddy, my good pal, Nick. Nick, how are
Yes,
you doing over there?
I've been good, JJ. You're right. It has been a while. Uh,
I think it looks like beginning of January is when we did the Tron episode, I think.
yes, and then think, hey, we got like stuff going on the weekends, and
Yeah.
um, yeah. But I'm excited to talk about Long John Silver's the movie.
Yeah, just the history of fish sticks and fish fillets.
No
It's great.
chicken. It's all about the chicken planks, man.
Oh,
The only thing worth eating at that restaurant is the chicken planks and the hush puppies.
I don't really have Long John Silver's anywhere really in attainable area.
You're okay. You're okay. You're okay not having that Long John Silver's I film on you the rest of the day. Ugh.
So yeah, Treasure Planet. I guess that clearly is what we're talking about here.
Uh,
Uh, I guess. I mean, I know you watched it a month ago when we were originally gonna do it, but then,
yes.
like we said, the Super Bowl happened, and I'm moving,
Yeah,
and
and I had a
just
birthday party for a
yeah, just
son.
all kinds of. That was the least important of all of them.
Yes. Sorry, son. I have to go talk about this ill-advised remake.
Yeah, 2002. Let's see. Opened November 27th, 2002, with a budget of $140 million.
Gah.
Yeah. Keep in
That
mind, previously was Lilo and Stitch with a substantially less budget than this movie, and Lilo and Stitch performed better.
yes. Um,
We can get to
but
that later.
did it have a song by the guy from Goo Goo Dolls?
Unfortunately, no.
Okay.
So
This movie did.
it's so weird. There's like one song in this movie, and it's in the middle. Like it's like it's like at the very beginning. You
Yes.
have a song, and I guess there's two songs, right? Because there's like one in the middle, isn't there? Like,
That's the one. That's the
yeah,
Goo Goo guys.
yeah, like
It's
yeah.
like
It does. It does this. Yeah, it like Disney forgot. Like, oh, do we still do musicals? I don't remember. Like the Hawaiian roller coaster song was popular, so I guess we have. I guess we still do songs.
he's like, check it out. I got a song that talks about space pirates, and it rhymes with space pirates, and also llamas
I
and
guess
panoramas.
yeah. Okay, this cast is a crazy cast
Yes.
because it's a mixture of like somebody and nobody. Like because the guy that plays okay, so Joseph Levitt is Jim Haskins.
Yep.
Um, that's that for what 2000 in this time frame. That makes sense. He was still Third Rock from the Sun was
Yeah.
still super popular, and
Yeah. He
he's got a
wasn't.
yeah. He wasn't not Robin yet. So
Yes. He wasn't Inception guy
yeah,
or um, what was the one he did with Zoe Deschanel?
yeah, that
Yeah,
one.
that
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
You know that movie.
yeah. So, like John Silver is played by Brian Murray, who's just like he's been in movies, but like five, and this is one of them. He's mostly a like theater actor.
Theater.
Yeah.
Wait, Brian Doyle Murray?
You got David Hyde Pierce, Niles Crane.
He always has to play the very erudite character,
Yeah,
doesn't he?
yeah.
It's his voice.
It's his voice. He's great at it too. So
Sideshow
yeah,
Cecil.
Sideshow Cecil. Yep.
Yeah.
Inexplicably, you have Martin Short in this movie.
Oh, he's the
Yeah,
robot. Yeah,
he's the robot. Um,
boy.
oh, yeah. You have Laurie Metcalf as Jim's mom.
And Jackie.
Yeah, so weird. Like it's a weird cast.
It's like, who can we get
Yeah.
that's kind of under contract to us?
Patrick McGowan is Billy Bones.
Good old John Steed himself.
Yep. I will say that I was watching this movie and I forgot how like they hit a lot of bullet points from Treasure Island more than I thought.
Yeah.
Now I'm watching it, it's like, oh, yeah, for the most part, like everyone's here, like the cast is here,
Right.
uh, and it plays out very similarly, just in space and making the changes where need be, you know.
Right. It's not.
Yeah,
It's not totally the same. It's
yeah, yeah. You have Billy Bones warning Jim about, you know, instead of like in the book where beware the one-legged man, it's beware the cyborgs, uh, which beware the cyborg, which is hilarious, but also he does end up being a one-legged man still.
just
Uh, so
beware the cyborgs. By the way, my favorite SNK game.
yeah, I played that. Yeah, it was it costs about $800 if you want the
Yeah, if you want the
AES cartridge, but
yeah,
it's worth it really.
it's yeah,
It just it's less if you want the MVS cart
yeah. If you want the
or the
MVS card,
cyborgs.
but
Yeah,
you
you
want
got to
this.
get it's you got to get the super gun going and
They haven't released it on any compilations or anything like that, so that's why the price hasn't gone down.
yeah. It's just, but I mean, it's hard to talk about this movie because like it's it's Treasure Island.
It's Treasure Island.
Yeah, I mean, like from start to finish, like the bullet points are all there. Like, so you're introduced to Jim, right? Like, so young kid who's reading his book that I can't tell if that's his imagination or if the book really is like.
And that's a funny thing. Like, so his mom runs that bed and breakfast or whatever it is, and it still looks like an old like 17th century like rickety shack.
Yeah.
But then he's got his little like freaking pop up hologram 3D book.
Yeah, his hologram book, and like even when you come to catch up to present time, um, it still looks like Little House on the Prairie.
Yeah.
Except it just so like then you're introduced to Niles Crane, who's like,
Right.
it's a weird alien. Like it doesn't.
Yeah.
The opening of the movie doesn't make you think that there's going to be like aliens until like it's just like she's just hanging out with Niles Crane, alien, and you're like, oh, it is an alien.
There's aliens.
Yeah.
But right off the jump, I'm like, little kid Jim, super cute, man.
Yeah.
And then like you get older Jim with his freaking Padawan Anakin haircut.
His weird rat tail.
It's like, kind of hate you, older Jim. You kind of suck.
It's sort of the whole aesthetic of this movie is like takes its inspiration from steampunk in a way.
Yeah.
Like, it's not steampunk, but it is like a future world based on the ideas of the French Quarter pirates.
Right.
Because like that hair is like what you see when you see like young pretty boy pirate characters and
yes.
Yeah.
There's another. I wouldn't say pretty boy, but it's a word I would not say.
Yeah.
It's those guys.
Yeah. But like everything, like the aesthetic is all like future pirates, just like how steampunk is like the that future age, like steam age stuff. Because like all of the spaceships still have sails,
but solar sails.
And like they're just like the whole like anti-gravity situation, but it's not like it's a contained ecosystem.
No,
it's all open air. Yeah.
There's like flying through the cosmos, and
yeah.
Is it who's the captain? Is it Emma Thompson?
Yes, it's Emma Thompson.
Emma Thompson's the captain.
Keep in mind, this is what 2000 and what did I say? 2002.
Two. Yeah.
With Emma Thompson as like sort of like your co-lead.
Right.
It's very weird.
Emma Thompson.
Yeah.
In 2002 is especially a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's weird because like you think about it, this is the second time Disney has done Treasure Island.
Oh yeah, they had a huge live action hit
Yeah,
of Treasure Island.
it's a classic. That one
Yeah,
of the
it's like what it is one of the like the live action movies that sort of helped bring Disney around.
right.
It was a massive thing. It's one of those ones that we talked about in the 40s where all of the money was tied up in Europe.
Yeah,
So, well, what do? Well, this is Walt going to Europe to spend that money on movies, and one of them was Treasure Island, and it was a huge, huge success. So
it's
it's funny,
good. It's
yeah.
still good
It's still
too.
a great movie, yeah.
Yeah.
I kind you kind of wish that you just watched that one instead of this one. Like after it's done, like
Hmm.
I,
Yeah. Yeah.
I,
I
I,
mean,
I know we have differencing opinions on this movie. I watched it today, and when it was done, I was like, oh, boy, I just didn't like this movie.
I was okay with it, but keep in mind, I went in with zero expectations. I was like, I don't know. And it's like, okay, it didn't. Like, I thought Atlantis was worse.
Yeah. Oh yes. No.
Spoilers for our
Atlantis.
list later on.
Yes.
If you
Atlantis
had
is absolutely worse.
tied to a chair, gun to your head, you got to pick one of the two.
Yeah.
I'd pick this one.
Yeah.
But you're right. It's hard to talk about because it's just Treasure Island.
Yeah. You're gonna start talking it, and your eyes are gonna start rolling back in your head because you're gonna like. It feels like old. Like everyone's read Treasure Island.
Yeah.
Like it's just. It was one of those like you read it in grade school kind of books. Like everyone had to write a book report at some point on Treasure Island. So you start talking about the story, and with the exception of things like what's the treasure map is the orb that holds the Infinity Stone.
Yes. It's the puzzle box from Pinhead.
Yes,
Um,
it really is. Yes, it's the uh,
Silver wept.
yeah,
Silver
and
wept.
like, but it's also like it's this weird like Rubik's cube
Right.
that is a secret, and it unloads and the map when it comes out is like from the Force Awakens.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
just
And it's
also
I
yeah
would like how that one chosen character that knows how to manipulate the
yeah
MacGuffin
yeah.
and get it. It's like, oh, you just
I
press
just
here.
I feel like this one more than any like okay, so with Treasure Island it really is like Billy Bones comes to the inn and like, is relaying the story and dies that that whole thing. But this one just feels like they're trying to do Deus Ex Machina, like he is the chosen one kind of thing where
Yeah.
his ship just happens to crash land on the planet and he dies almost immediately. Like there's no like he barely gets a word out.
Yeah. He's like this. Yeah, this is cranky old snapping turtle.
Yeah.
Well, he's dead now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like yeah, when you go to yeah, when you go to Treasure Island, the book, you have yeah, the old sailor Billy Bones is staying at the lodge. Uh, and he tells the innkeeper's son to keep a lookout for the one-legged seafaring man. And then he gets in a fight with Black Dog. And he gets a kind of confrontation and then all that stuff. This one, he just crash lands and dies.
Yeah, it's like
yeah. And then all of the confrontation happens later, sort of thing. They burn down the bed and breakfast,
right.
the B&B here on the outskirts of whatever this hellspawn planet is.
Jim has to.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna go get the treasure because
Nobody
my
likes
mom's.
because my mom doesn't like me.
Yes. To be fair, he is pretty unlikable.
He's a pretty unlikable.
Like, how does he go from a cute kid to like,
Yeah.
I hate sand, it's coursing, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
He's that guy.
Yeah.
He's 100% that guy.
It's just so weird, and I'm like, she's had it up to here with him because he's just like, he's a layabout and also like, is a sass.
Yeah.
So it's just like he's always screwing something up, and it's funny. Like, I think they try to come up with a way to make him feel responsible for the bed and breakfast getting burned down,
Mm-hmm.
but considering where this guy crash landed, that bed and breakfast is probably gonna get burned down no matter what.
Yeah, it's like it's literally like a bunch of old rickety things. But
Yeah.
JJ, the beginning, like the part where Jim gets busted by the Robo Police, that reminded me like of the opening of the freaking Star Trek remake.
Yeah.
Where
No,
Kirk
no,
gets it's the same it's the same thing.
It's the same thing. Clearly, Clearly, J.J. Abrams big fan of Treasure
They're
Planet.
just without sabotage playing.
Yeah. Jeez, that was, yeah, the robot cops, man. What a
Ro- I want to say RoboCops, but
nah. They're too lame to be a
they're not.
RoboCops.
They're not RoboCops.
Yeah, they're more like the cops from Futurama. Uh,
Yes, yes, they are.
yeah,
I would. They would
yeah.
even in design.
Yes, they're almost similar design too. I guess it would have been the same time because 2002 and Futurama was one of those like that made its debut in 2000, didn't it? That was its like sort of
Something
peak.
like that. Yeah. Also, watch Futurama instead.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Is that on?
Futurama's.
Is that on Disney Plus?
I don't think so. I'm sure that I'm sure Futurama's rights are still tied up somewhere else.
Comedy Central
TV
and something
rights,
else.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like
that's a thing.
Like the Simpsons, I just think they just have like generic syndication rights floating around out there at this
Right.
point. Because I don't think they were being like they were being syndicated on FXX, which is Fox's own thing, and
Right.
then Disney bought all of that. Like, but Futurama wasn't being syndicated on that; it was being syndicated on Comedy
No.
Central right now, I think.
Yeah, that's the last place I saw it.
Yeah, so I'm assuming they would still have the airing rights to it. I don't streaming rights are still kind of this weird thing that nobody has figured out.
Yep.
So
Just pirate everything, everybody.
yeah,
Pirate everything.
yeah, so
That's
much.
that's the tone of this movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Pirate everything.
Yo ho, a pirate's life for me,
Yes.
which does get said in this movie at one point.
Um.
And
Question.
so does on the Star Trek thing. I'm a doctor, not a.
Yes.
Like, damn it,
How,
Jim! I'm a doctor.
damn it, Jim. Um. How soon before the live action Pirates movie is this one?
Oh, let's see. Pirates of the Caribbean's first movie, I think was like 04, 05. Let's
So
find
not
out.
that long.
Let's look. I've watched 2003. So
The next year.
the next year you
The
have
very next year.
Pirates of the Caribbean, which made the existence of this movie even more absurd.
Yes. The much better Pirates movie.
Oh, much better. But The Curse of the Black Pearl is a genuinely great adventure movie.
Yes.
Say what you want about sort of what they did with the constant sequels following this and everything, and what sort of tarnished the legacy of the movies. The first movie, Curse of the Black Pearl, fantastic.
It's a
Very
good movie.
fun. Very
And
fun.
I would argue one of Hans Zimmer's best scores.
Yeah, it's a great score.
Yep. And he's got a lot of them. Hans Zimmer's
Yeah.
got like he did the Lion King for God's sake.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that pirate score is pretty good.
The good one, the good Lion King.
The good Lion King. The bad one's streaming on Disney Plus right now. If you want to go watch it.
Yeah.
No.
I think I was on Vudu and you can get like a bundle and save pack where you get
No.
like no, I'm not saving because I would just
Or I could just like watch the good Lion King.
yeah. Saving what exactly?
JJ, are we avoiding talking about this movie?
I don't know because it's Treasure Island, man.
It looks nice.
It's gorgeous. Like
Yeah, it looks
The
great.
CG is actually really good in this.
Yes, it is.
It blends in really well with what's going on, and when they're and all of like the space, the the what you would consider sort of like the box,
Yeah.
that they're in, like all of the stars and planets and all that stuff that you're seeing, all look great when they're
It
out.
it looks
sailing
really
away.
good. Yeah.
I don't
Like
think I don't think the character designs are particularly great on anything.
No, it's
Like Jim sucks. Long John Silver, or in this one he's just John Silver.
yeah.
It isn't really a great design. It has some cool ideas, but isn't great. Niles Crane doesn't look very. I don't know what they were going for with his design. Like it's sort of like this weird I don't know.
He looks like the he looks like Falcor from Neverending Story with
Yeah,
glasses.
just like humanoid Falcor. It's a good.
Hi.
Yeah. And like even the robot Ben, kind of like it's not a particularly like robots are cool, but like that one just seems like some sort of weird like you made it out of some like PVC pipe and spray painted it bronze.
Yeah.
Like it's not, and it's voiced by Martin Short, which doesn't help.
No, he's like he. Okay, first of all, yes, the robot looks like the main character from SteamWorld.
Yeah,
Um, but also, yeah, Martin Short is at his Martin Shortiest in this, and it's just
yeah.
like, oh god,
There was like a couple of times where it sounded like he was trying to convince you he was Dom DeLuise.
no, the how you did that?
Yeah, yeah. Just, I don't know what that. Yeah, like, and like the we're in the era of Disney where everything sort of has to have like a cute animal companion, but
Yep.
like in this one, it's that amorphous blob. A morph was it? I think it was or something. I can't
Which
remember
one?
what it's. The little pink blob that's hanging around and transforming and
Oh
everything.
yeah, the
Yeah,
little like
yeah,
he the guy who looks he's like the DNA strand that can just kind of
yeah.
change into
It's
things.
he's a Ditto from
Yeah,
Pokemon.
he absolutely is a
Yeah,
ditto,
it's same
but he's also
color
Mr. DNA
blob.
from Jurassic Park.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, and just like it's constantly like just kind of being the comedic relief.
Yeah,
I guess it's supposed to be like the parrot. I'm assuming,
yeah,
like because there is no parrot because there's like we gotta. You know how parrots have parrots on their shoulders and silver like this thing hangs out on his shoulder and stuff. So I'm assuming it's supposed to be the parrot, but it's a fine design. That one's but it's kind of because it's kind of nothing, so they can make it what they need it to be. But
I just
yeah,
like how they're okay with like this living anamorphic goo
yeah.
just hanging out on their clothes all the time.
Yeah, and like it can turn into clothes too, which is very upsetting.
Yeah, it could it's a shapeshifter.
Yeah, it turned into a boot and a hat, and it's like it could turn into anything at this really, and you wouldn't know, and that's upsetting.
Like you
Yeah,
wouldn't know.
yeah, yeah,
And then they stare at you like for an uncomfortable amount of time. You
yeah,
would never know.
yeah. You have the evil. Everything else is like insectoid,
Yeah,
which is very like upsetting. Like
yeah,
like the design of the one that kills Stone,
yeah,
kills Captain Korg,
yeah.
is like a spider design with
He
like lobster claws, and I hate it.
he looks like if this is gonna be this is an obscure reference, but you might get it.
Yeah.
He looks like Mantaz from Time Killers,
Yeah. Yes. Yes. That's exactly it.
which I think is a thumbnail for this episode. JJ Mantaz from Time Killers.
um. So, the one thing, because okay, so you get to that point where they're like going through like it's going supernova as they're sailing, and they have to go through the black hole and
Right,
all that stuff, and so Jim has to tighten down all of the anchor, like the harness ropes and everything,
right.
and and then
Mantaz.
as Stone, as Stone falls, Mantaz cuts the line, and Jim gets blamed for it, and that storyline goes nowhere.
They're like,
It makes everyone sad. Jim never really takes the blame. Like he personally takes the blame for it, but everyone else is kind of like, yeah, all
yeah.
right. The
Even
captain, what should have been like the captain not trusting him, never comes into fruition.
she's like, well, stuff happens.
Yeah,
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 we're
like
gonna miss him, but it
because
happens.
yeah, because this movie's like an hour and 24 minutes, so it
Yeah,
just kind of keeps moving, and it's like what should be like a subplot of like, does the captain trust his judgment? Can the captain trust him? She let her right hand man, her number one, her Riker, fall to fall to his death,
yes.
and nothing like outside of Jim feeling sad for it and sort of proving that the pirates are heartless. It really doesn't add anything
Yeah,
to that.
they just kind of get over it.
They get over it real quick. She gets over it real quick. She has a little like service for it, and it's like business as usual. She doesn't chastise John really or
No,
Jim, anything. It's I don't know. It seems like there was lost opportunity there.
yeah.
It would have. It's like not great storytelling because it's kind of cliche, but it's storytelling better than what you did with that.
It's like, well, be more careful next time.
Yeah. All right. Well, so yeah. You let one of my men die, but whatever. And
I feel like they missed an opportunity. No, this is never mind. It's like they're on the edge of the black hole, so they're on the event horizon.
yeah.
What if event horizon?
I, that would have just if this movie turns into a horror movie out
Yes,
of nowhere. Oh yeah. No, now we're talking.
yeah.
Uh, but what? But also, but also, what if what the robot from the black hole came?
Old Bob.
Old Bob came
Yep.
through the. Slim Pickens comes through
Slim
the black
Pickens came
hole.
through.
Hey everyone, watch the black hole.
What's the black hole? It's on Disney Plus right now.
It's on
It's
Disney Plus in HD.
beautifully remastered.
I own it. It's on DVD. It doesn't look that great.
Yeah.
On Disney Plus, looks pretty
I, I was watching it like maybe a couple weeks ago, and I forgot like the part where Maximilian kills Anthony Hopkins or Anthony Perkins' character,
good. Yeah.
and his death is like this. He just goes, "Bleh," and that's how he dies.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and yes, everyone. Anthony Perkins, as in Norman Bates, is in
Norman
Disney's,
Bates.
is in Disney's The Black Hole.
Yes,
That's,
because he was like, for the love of God, someone give me some non-psycho roles.
yeah.
Or I think it was Psycho and Fear Strikes Out in this movie. And he dies when a robot uses his magic bullet blade on him. And he goes, nah! And that's how he dies.
Oh man, The Black Hole.
Yeah.
That's a good. It's absolutely cashing in on Star Wars, and I do not care.
Nope.
It is this low budget nonsense that I love.
Yeah.
Bad science, bad
Yeah.
effects,
Pseudoscience, technobabble.
Yeah, a lot of people just saying words that mean nothing.
And like a villain who looks like me, like after not sleeping, just like
a very non-threatening villain. Really.
Yes, it's just like, is he just sleep deprived like Albert Einstein? Yeah, I was actually thinking about like since we had lost Kirk Douglas a few days ago, I was thinking about the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, watch that movie. It's a better pirate movie than this one too.
20,000. Listen, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea is genuinely probably one of Disney's, like from the Golden Walt era of live action Disney stuff. Even post that, it's got to be one of Disney's absolute best live action films.
It is. It's a movie that JJ and I talk about constantly.
Yeah.
We were talking leading up to Disney Plus. We're like, is 20,000 Leagues going to be on there?
Is it going to be on there, and is it going to be in HD? Because the only way to get the Blu-ray of it is to be a member of the Disney Movie Club.
Right, which nobody's a...
Which nobody is a member of the Disney Movie Club.
Yeah. And Kirk Douglas also is amazing in it.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Yeah. R.I.P. Kirk Douglas. And also, James Mason. I'm James Mason, and I'm Nemo.
Yeah. So, back to Treasure Planet.
Are you sure?
I unfortunately,
it's fine.
I just realized as I'm sitting here that we're going to have to hold off on ranking it because I have no idea where the thumb drive is where the lists are on it. So that's good.
That's good radio.
That's good radio.
It's all right.
I'm just looking up at my USB ports on my computer and I'm like, oh, that's in a box somewhere and I don't know where that box is.
Or hear me out. You just edit this part out.
Too late.
Like
I like to have this is organic. This is there's no preservatives and that includes editing unless I swear here, which I will not do.
Okay, here's what we do. I'm gonna say numbers from 1 to 43 right now. And whenever I tell you, like later in the week, like where I rank this movie, you slide in. JJ, I ranked this movie number 1. JJ, I ranked this movie number 2. JJ, this movie is number 3 for me. JJ, this is a strong number 4.
Unfortunately, I'm not letting this go on, so this movie is going to be 1 through 4 for you, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Congratulations, Treasure Planet, the best Disney movie of all time.
Best Disney movie of all time.
Well deserved.
Well deserved.
Guess
Bravo. So what? We finally reached. Let's just jump ahead. So we talked about Stone getting killed.
Yep.
By I guess the character's name is Scroop, which is somehow a worse name than the Time Killers.
I like Mantaz better.
Yeah, much better name. So yeah, they reach Treasure Planet, and this is where Jim finds out that Silver is a pirate. He should have figured that out. that him and the rest of the insects on the were clearly pirates. Like they're
Well,
very obviously pirates.
I mean, he suspected Silver from the
Yeah,
beginning. He's like, "Oh, you're
because he's grilling him at the beginning with this. So I think his name was Stone, doing that whole like
yeah."
yeah
And he's like, "I don't know what you're talking about, lad."
yeah. But they got along.
Well, yeah, he's like a father figure to Jim.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like that subplot plays out pretty good.
Yeah,
Um, so yeah, they're
Silver.
on the yes. Jim hears the whole like deal going down about how they're trying to get the treasure. Because I was Morph intentionally trying to do that. It feels like
Mm,
Morph was trying to lead him there.
maybe, or he was just playing with Jim or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, but but yeah, it's so funny when you get to like when they try to like change a character enough because so you have Jim learning all of this going down, and then mutiny breaks out shortly thereafter.
Yep,
But like a very poorly planned mutiny.
Emma Thompson, aka Captain Weasel,
Yeah,
gets injured.
gets injured. Uh,
I don't know what her real name is, but she looks
yeah,
like a weasel.
uh, the map gets left behind, which is like an interesting plot point because what he thinks Doppler has remembered the map, not
And
Doppler, whatever Morph or whatever the hell
the robot?
no, yeah, no, not the robot, Morph. Like, yeah, he thinks somebody else. Like, yeah, they forget the map. That's all I remember
Yeah.
at this point. And I watched it this afternoon, and I don't even remember what the hell happened here.
All I remember about Morph is he gets killed Night of the Sentinels, and then I don't care. I
Yeah,
was like,
well, they made
good.
yeah,
You,
you made up this character to die because you didn't want to kill any of the X Men,
yes.
and then you
And then
bring him back. And
did
then you
he
bring him back.
like in the last season?
Yeah, bring him back as evil Morph. Yeah, you could tell he was evil because he had bags under his eyes.
Yes.
They made a toy of that too.
They sure did.
Yeah, except the only thing that made him morph was you could change his heads. No
I'm not
other
gonna lie to you.
parts.
I was happy with that. By the way, X-Men, the animated series, now streaming at Disney Plus. Uh, watch Morph die and feel nothing.
Yeah,
Feel nothing.
it's
You're like,
so yeah.
kind of glad he died.
Like yeah, this character that you knew nothing about, other than he was making fun of TV, and
Yeah.
then he dies. And Wolverine is very angry about it. He
Yeah.
socks Cyclops.
Like he's a somehow more annoying Wreck-Gar.
Yeah. I do remember you do get the infamous line because of Morph's death because Wolverine's furious and he chops up his Jeep. Where he says, "Tell
Yes.
him I made him a convertible," as he drives off. And there was no
Rookie.
repercussions. Wolverine just did that. Yeah, Cyclops probably just put his hand on his hips and was like,
Well,
"That
oh,
scamp."
that scamp. At least he didn't touch my sweet bomber jacket.
uh, I wish he still had that bomber jacket in the comics. It's a bummer.
I'm glad the action figure has the bomber jacket.
Yeah, yeah, and you can't take it off. The 3-pack.
I don't want to take it off.
Triangle 3-pack. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's great. It's how that character should be. Just,
Yeah, he's that guy.
He's just that guy. The sunglasses head and everything. He just looks like a '90s that guy.
Yeah, he's like, I got a bomber jacket. Oh yeah, what branch are you in? I didn't like. Oh no, Cyclops. Cyclops is accused of stolen valor in episode of X-Men.
Stolen valor. Yeah. Previously on X-Men.
Cyclops tried to get a discount at Jersey Mike's, claiming he was ex-military. Why am I getting charged
Disney,
with bacon?
give
I'm
us
a veteran. I'm a veteran. Why am I getting charged extra for bacon? Oh, I'm sorry, sir. What branch are you? Coast Guard or something.
Yeah. Anyways, they
Sorry.
get the treasure planet. They don't have the map.
Yeah.
And so Jim wanders off, and that's where you find Martin Short playing the role of Ben, Ben, as an acronym. In the original story, it's Ben Gunn, with two N's, so he is definitely related to Billy Gunn.
Mm-hmm.
He probably taught him how to do the famouser.
He found out the famous sir, and he won, and his brother won Brawl for All.
For all. And then was knocked out by Butterbean.
Died out with Butterbean, which is
Yes.
his punishment for ending Dr. Death's Steve Williams push.
Yes, so Ben Gunn, one half of the Smoking Guns.
1/3 of the Smoking Guns.
1/3 of the Smoking Guns, yeah. Is there, he's scatterbrained. I remember the first time watching this, it's like he can't find his memory core. So I just assumed it was going to be that orb in some way, shape, or form.
And lo and behold, it was not.
It was not. It was the weird, like, Darksiders style skeleton pirate at the end of Captain Flint. At the end of this movie.
It was the Goonies pirate ship.
Yeah, it's funny because, like, when you see that, it's like, oh, that's where the memory thing is, because in the story, he's, like, pointing at the treasure. His arms are crossed, pointing at the treasure kind of thing.
Right.
So it's like, oh, so instead of pointing, he's basically... But they're already at the treasure, so instead they change it to an exciting action sequence where it's like, no, they knew where the treasure was. Now it's... the memory core, the pirate skeleton is telling them, like, yo, dude, you're dead. If you see me, you're already dead.
Yes.
Basically.
And I watch all this gold go into the lava.
Yeah. Weird plan from the pirate man.
Yeah.
Don't know why he would care. At this point,
Pirate ghosts are nothing. I'm not vengeful, JJ.
that,
You should know that from watching the Garfield Halloween special and The Fog.
Yes. But also, I've been told repeatedly that dead men tell no tales.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And by repeatedly, you mean every time you go into Pirates in the Caribbean.
yeah, they say it. It's in the echoey hallway constantly. Yeah. You hear it all the time, and the talking skeleton head before you do the first drop also says it. So
it also has it on the menu at the Jolly Roger across the street from Disneyland, which is like Dead Men Tell No Tales. Don't eat here. Don't eat here. Don't eat the Jolly Roger.
It'd be too late to alter course.
It'd be too late. 'Tis no man, 'tis an eating machine.
Man, The Simpsons now available on Disney Plus.
Disney Plus.
That's just gonna be like inevitably it's going to be like 1998 Monday Night Raw now available on Disney Plus.
Yeah, it's getting there.
It's getting there.
I still won't watch it though, because it's pretty bad when you go back and watch it.
It is. It is. It's all bad. The weird thing is that when you go back and watch any of it, it's all bad.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this sucks, and then you watch like the Golden Age, and you're like, oh, this sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you watch it today, and you're like, oh, wow, this sucks.
This sucks. You're like, the stuff I used to think was cool. I was an idiot teenager. Turns out
It turns out only Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock were good.
Yes.
And like everyone else, the supporting cast, not.
Yeah. Like, you ever like watch? So I'm gonna go to the side here because this is what I do. I derail our show. Do you ever go back and watch it? Do you see like a Val Venus skit? You're like, oh,
yeah.
Oh man,
like
God.
Like anytime, like the gang warfare stuff comes up, like the Los Boricuas show up or something, you're just like, this hurts. This hurts.
This is uncomfortably racist.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Oh, man, I love DX. Here comes X-Pac in blackface.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Oh, look, it's Sable.
Yeah. With handprints. And
yeah.
That's...
Quick question. Was Sable never actually hot? Because that's going back, like, nope, doesn't do it for me.
Yeah. I don't think so.
No. It's like never a Sable fan.
Yeah. So, anyways, anyways, they activate the booby traps. They have to escape. Everything's blowing up. They don't get any of the treasure, so you think. Or you
Oh,
think.
what?
What? Uh,
Uh,
Silver and the captain and Niles Crane and Jim, they all escape. They get out of the portal because that's right, portals were a very popular thing in this franchise, I guess. Uh, they escape through a portal and they get their thruster damaged, their space thruster,
yes, their space
and
thruster.
so Jim figures he can save this by altering the portal destination by creating a cloud kicker style space
Hoverfoil.
hoverfoil out of the busted rocket with the help of John Silver, who has he doesn't care about anyone, but he really does seem to care about Jim.
John Silver's done a full face turn here.
Full face turn. He could have easily have just done, you know, made a run for it, but he didn't. He has mutinied. He is a bad guy. He is a bad pirate man, but he loves Jim so much.
Yeah, he's like Jim was going to fall into the, I guess the smelting pot that was
Yeah,
underneath the goal, and
it's
Jim
it's
and
it's,
Silver
it's,
saved him.
it's funny. It's like it's because they're in the planet's core because the planet is Unicron basically.
Yes, it is correct.
It's all gears and lasers and it would be magma anywhere else, but it's because it's a machine. It is like a smelting. It's the factory from Terminator 2. Uh,
It's for all the burning oil from Hunchback was
yeah,
produced.
was produced exactly.
It was there.
Just
That,
can just turn it all around.
yeah.
Uh, so yeah, the planet really is Unicron. Uh, Transformers not now on Disney Plus.
No,
Uh,
but give it time.
Give it time.
Give it
Uh,
time.
at some point, Hasbro.
Like we're not even gonna pretend anymore.
Yeah. Um, so, yeah, he saves the day. They make their way out of the damage. You don't really get too much of a resolution on this. Like, he helps Jim get away.
Yeah, Jim's like, all right, Silver. Well,
Yeah.
take this little, I guess, lifeboat with.
What would essentially be the lifeboat on a normal ship?
Yeah.
Is this little like weird like. You remember when in like the Star Wars prequels where the Jedi starships like had their like the pod that detaches and
Yes.
stuff? It's a similar concept.
It's that.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm gonna let you get away. Now travel the cosmos in this little shanty boat.
Yeah.
With no supplies.
That's what you would do to a mutiner anyway. Like you would
I know.
you would kick them out on the lifeboat with no supplies and like a gun with a single bullet and say,
Yeah.
"All right, well, good luck."
Best of luck in your future endeavors.
Yeah, but instead this is seen as sympathy, and John Silver tosses him a pocket full of treasure that he had on him. So give this to your mother, which also sort of makes it seem a little like say hello to your mother for
Say
me.
hi to your mother for me.
Yeah.
He's got a pocket full of sunshine.
Yeah. The captain offers Jim like a recommendation for the academy, which is really nice, I guess.
So again, still not super upset about her like first mate getting killed.
Yeah, but
they've never cleared that up. That it was in fact Mantaz that did it.
Yeah, you get to see the inn rebuilt at the end, which is nice because I'm assuming she used stolen pirate treasure.
Yeah, she has no problems. Like, you know what? For fine.
Yeah. I do like the very end where it has like the Mufasa of Long John Silver in the clouds.
Oh my god! I'll be smiling at you, Jumbo.
Just the stupidest ending.
Just like what?
The stupidest final shot.
What is this?
Yeah, just the absolute stupidest final shot you could possibly imagine.
It is like one of those Sears portrait studio things where it has your face, and then up in the left-hand corner, like the kind of like shadowy.
Yeah, it's like double exposure kind
double
of
exposure.
situation.
Yeah,
yeah, just like what the. Yeah, that felt like a studio note. Like, and also make sure that he knows that Long John Silver is watching over him somehow.
Uh, he didn't die. Just do it.
Just
Put it in there.
yeah. So
I'll be watching you from up above.
up,
Uh,
Iron Maiden, and then
and by up above, I mean like in the clouds, because I'm not actually dead.
I'm not dead. I'm actually just in the atmosphere right now as we speak.
Yes. I'll be thinking about you when I have my pocket full of treasure, and I'm
I
horror
mean,
on the nearest planet, Jimbo.
he is still a pirate.
Yeah.
He didn't really have a change of uh, like direction. He just really liked Jim.
That was good enough.
So he is 100% out there, still being a pirate,
Yeah.
still being an absolute terror of the skies. I don't know what you would call a space.
He's my assumption is that after this movie he links up with Don Carnage.
I was about to make the exact same joke. I'm
Yeah.
like, him and Don Carnage team up.
Yes.
Take
Take over, like terrorize Cape Suzette.
yeah. Future Kate Suzette.
Don Carnage, who is in fact Robin Hood.
Robin Hood. Go back to Disney Compendium Annex. That wasn't even an Annex episode. It was just a sequel episode of the Robin Hood episode.
Yes, it was us. It was our deep cut episode.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites. I love that episode.
Where JJ covers the
haunting history,
the hidden link between the Jungle Book and Robin Hood.
So I guess we Treasure. This movie took 4.5 years to make.
Why?
Well, you see, Disney, just kind of sucks.
Okay.
Like, yeah. So, yeah. There was like at a point in '85 where it was going to be a movie. Like it was pitched, but like nah, we're not doing that. Because Michael Eisner.
Because Michael Eisner.
Because Michael Eisner had just come from Paramount.
Mm-hmm.
And Paramount was working on a new Star Trek movie that was going to be inspired by Treasure Island. So,
which we never got.
No, we never got. it.
Is it the one with the whales?
No, it never. It went unproduced. Never happened.
Close enough. It's the one with the whales.
What was the one with the rails? That was
4.
I was gonna say 5, but maybe 4.
Wait,
I can't remember.
Wait, so 3 was Return of Spock.
Return of Spock.
Was 4 was 4 Undiscovered Country or The Final Frontier?
I don't. I can never keep them straight at that point. Honestly.
Yeah.
I don't really go out of my way to watch those ones. So
the first and second one's the one you need to worry about.
Yeah.
V'ger and Khan.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah.
Call it good.
So after Little Mermaid came out, they pitched it again, but the studio was like, nah. Then they pitched it again after Aladdin. And then Katzenberg was like, nah. It really had this whole thing. It just kept getting rejected over and over again.
So this movie won by attrition or what?
In '95, when they were renegotiating contracts, the deal was you can start working on Treasure Planet after you finish Hercules for Ron Clements. So
yeah. Finish Hercules.
Yeah.
And you get this movie.
Yeah. The goal with this movie was they wanted to have camera work, like traditional like film camera work. Like they specifically cited James Cameron and Steven Spielberg for like how they move the cameras around,
right?
Filming stuff, which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So that's why it didn't come out at around that time, because they needed the film technology for animation to sort of increase, get better,
or develop them themselves.
Yeah, or develop them themselves. And so basically that's what they did. So the production for the movie really started in 2000. So yeah, 4.5 years later, like 2.5 years, you get Treasure Planet basically, because they finally figured out how to do that in like a CG space basically.
which would explain the budget.
Yeah. Yes. Apparently, there are over 1,000 crew members listed in the credits of this movie
Good God.
for an animated film in 2002.
Yes.
Like
No.
nowadays, like because you outsource a lot of stuff, and there's like huge, like a lot of times, sort of like the like CG studio is different from the in-house studio kind of stuff. You know what like the animation stuff. So it's unclear what's going on.
It's like, well, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure if you watch like the entire credits from Endgame,
Yeah.
that's like 1,000 people. I'm sure,
Yeah.
if
Exactly.
not more.
Um. So yeah, just this movie was just such a undertaking from a technological standpoint because they wanted to sort of film it like a movie, use a camera like an actual movie, and not just have like, your traditional uh, hand drawn pans and using sort of still photography and to create these like because there are a couple of scenes that you can think of where the camera is actually moving down a corridor, like
Yeah,
the
like
scene like when he's like on the ground and the camera is like panning through beams and stuff.
or when he's running his hover foil through Beggar's Canyon.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, bullseyeing whoppering ants.
But yeah, I don't know. It's hard for me because I just don't think any of the plans came together really. I mean, visually it looks great. I won't
Yeah,
give it that. But like story wise, I just feel like something fell apart somewhere. I
and you
don't
can't
know.
quite pinpoint
Can't
where.
quite pinpoint what's wrong. It just feels really, I don't know, generic. I guess because it is. I guess because they didn't do much with Treasure Planet as a concept. They just made Treasure Island, but in space, which feels like you could do more. That feels like you can make a more epic animated film with that concept than what they did. Like Treasure Island doesn't really have it's an epic, but it doesn't really have a lot going on.
That
You know what I mean in terms of it's all because it's all just pirate adventure and mutiny and
right.
that sort of song and shanty style storytelling. But I feel like if you're gonna make a movie and you're gonna make something as bombastic as the concept of Treasure Planet, you just need to commit and go for it, and they didn't. And I don't know. Yeah, it just never. It just because like you're not that far removed from Muppets Treasure Island at this point,
Which is a
which
better
is
movie.
which is a better movie because they just kind of really committed to it and like went bombastic and went weird and big, and it's great. And like this one just feels like a 90-minute version of a book that would take you hours and hours to read.
It's so I think where the disconnect for me comes in is that it's obvious where they put their money and where they put their time in.
Yeah.
It seems like as far as character and story development, it just those things were an afterthought.
Yeah.
Like you don't really care about these characters.
Yeah. No.
You don't. I mean,
Yeah.
you care a little bit about the relationship between Silver and Jim.
I heard somewhere that a little bit of inspiration for Jim for this one also came from Catcher in the Rye,
Okay.
which explains kind of a lot of the sort of like unlikableness of
Right.
Jim. So I like that would explain something to me about why I don't like Jim as much. I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah, he's just kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, Silver's probably the most likable character.
Yeah, and because he does come around and he's friendly with the main character and never really turns on him. Like he does, but is immediately regretful of it and fixes the situation,
Right.
which is a good character trait. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Silver. I don't like the design of Silver. Like I said earlier, I feel like I don't know. There's something like they went for like a weird Star Wars like character.
Yeah, like you see him in the Mos Eisley.
Yeah, like you would see him in the cantina scene or something, or he'd be like a character in the Mandalorian. He's
Yeah.
like he's like one half like scuzzy Mos Eisley bounty hunter character, one half uh, Jetster Dexter from Obi Wan's cafeteria or cafe or diner
Right.
buddy from Attack of the Clones.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah. It just like And I get like I guess at the time, like who was the biggest star? Emma Thompson and then David Hyde Pierce in the order, right?
Yeah, I mean, and you know, people liked, um, uh, what's his name, the main Jim, from Third Rock from the
Joseph
Sun, Joseph
Joseph
Gordon-Levitt,
Gordon-Levitt. Yeah,
JGL. Uh,
yeah.
and people liked him. Like Third Rock from the Sun was a massive show, and people liked that character and wanted to see him more than anyone sort of branch out afterwards. So
I, do you think he got the because this is not his first time working with Disney either.
I don't think so. No.
He was the kid from Angels
Yeah,
in the Outfield.
yeah, that's right. He was in Angels in the Outfield.
Yeah,
Yeah. So, and typically, if you work for Disney once, there's a good chance they'll just cast you again.
yeah. That's like
So,
it's like getting a job with the county or the government. Like,
yeah.
look, you had it. Like you're in.
As long as you don't do anything that they can't sweep under the rug,
And even then,
yeah,
yeah,
even
think,
depending
we'll,
how yeah depending how high up in the overall standings you are,
yeah.
even then. Do you remember how big this movie was in terms of like merchandising?
I remember zero merchandise about this movie.
Oh boy, man, it had everything. It had everything. They obviously had McDonald's Happy Meal toys.
Sure.
They had deals with Pepsi, Dreyer's ice cream, Kellogg cereal. Uh, you got obviously you got toys in their Happy Meals. They sold soda cans with the graphics of Treasure Planet on them. With
Wow.
Pepsi, like just like how they did with Star Wars, you would get it and there would be Treasure Planet graphics on the your Pepsi can or your Mountain Dew can. I'm trying to think of like Sierra Mist from at the time and stuff. So yeah,
That
yeah, there's
that's yeah, good old Sierra Mist. To be fair, like like when this movie came out, I was like in my early 20s, so I was
yeah.
in the target demo for it.
Uh, and yeah, there was Galactic Chocolate and Vanilla Treasure ice cream from Dryers.
That's that's like something I would 100% eat.
Yeah. Kellogg included spoons,
Oh yeah,
and Hasbro made action figures.
did they?
They did. I
How do
very
you,
much remember the action figures. From
did you have them?
I did not because I didn't like Treasure Planet.
Well,
But if you go to like a collectibles store, you tend to see a lot of Treasure Planet stuff.
in my collectible store, you mean like an antique mall? Like this is the dollar bin
Yeah, exactly.
for your Treasure Planet toys.
With the yellow one, all that good stuff. Let's see. I'm trying to find a picture of the action figure packaging, because let's see.
Because I know I do remember Treasure Planet or remember Tarzan having action figure line.
There you go. See, there's some.
That's actually pretty advanced for.
I mean, this was 3000s. It should have been.
This is 2002,
Yeah.
so
There's your buddy.
yeah. Oh yeah, Zorak.
Yeah, they had it was really rather significant toy line. Yeah.
So you said Hasbro made them?
Yes, they were Hasbro.
Were they like in style like Star Wars figures or
A little bit of they actually
3 and
did
three
kind of-
quarter or are they 6 inch?
Yeah, well, a little bit of everything. There was
Yeah.
3 3/4. There was like not 6 inch, but bigger than 3 3/4.
I think they're like 5 inch probably. Yeah.
Yeah, and big scale ones. You could get a big size Ben figure, and
Boy, who wouldn't want that?
micro figures, and like there was like a almost replica of the Hellraiser puzzle ball.
Hmm.
Uh,
The ship would have probably been a cool playset.
yeah, and they actually have the Solar Surfer, which
Oh,
is nothing. It's a big nothing. Like it's like yeah, I don't know. It's one of those weird like action figure things. Like maybe it was in a first draft.
Yeah.
If that's how it looked, but by the time they got to this point, it's like, oh, it didn't make it to the final cut. We changed it to
Jim with snap-on scuba armor.
yeah, very Batman style.
Yeah, it's like Batman
nonsense.
Returns, where it's like, why does he have this outfit? Don't worry about it.
But yeah, it's so weird that Disney really did throw their weight behind this movie. Um, it because like there was a like a sequel planned and everything. So it
Obviously,
had
never saw light of day.
yeah it had its a release in at the Cinerama in Hollywood.
Cinerama,
Yeah.
filmed in
So
Panavision.
uh, let's see. This film is the first major studio release to be released in the regular and IMAX theaters simultaneously. This was done in the light of success of movies that were recently re-released in IMAX, like Fantasia 2000 and Beauty and the Beast. So Fantasia 2000 at this point is now having a sort of second resurgence because it was re-released in IMAX.
I mean, you almost made a Freudian slip there, but yeah, it kind of was a second
Regurgence. Yeah,
regurgence.
yeah,
It's like, no, it's coming back up again.
yeah. Uh,
Ah.
but the chairman said that this is a good way to differentiate ourselves from your standard studio during this time frame.
Yeah,
Because it was released during the holiday season, so it was designed to be a huge hit for Christmas.
and
Spoilers. Spoilers.
was it?
Was not.
Oh, what?
Yeah. So like we said, $140 million budget. It made 110 million. Yeah.
Yeesh. Yeesh.
Yeah. Not great. Not great. It apparently has done okay on DVD. Not as great as some of the others, but it was like number one when it came out. Uh, and it was one of the last, like 2003 is when the VHS would have come out. Like this is one of the last vestiges of the VHS format.
Yeah.
So it was a hot seller on VHS for a little bit because Disney stuff was always a hot tape seller because that's especially at around this time a lot of families would have just kids tape were used to tapes, like so
And it's
yeah.
in 2003, it's easier to make
Yeah.
a copy of a VHS tape than it was to burn a DVD.
Yep, 69% nice on Rotten Tomatoes.
Go. So it's right there with Sonic.
Right up there with Sonic. Metacritic, it's at 60 out of 100. It wasn't particularly well received. It was nominated for an Academy Award because we're at that stage where Academy Awards are possible, but the the Academy Award nomination, it was won by Spirited Away this year, a Hayao Miyazaki classic, Studio Ghibli, um, which is fantastic. It's what made me watch that movie. It's like, what the, I thought, because I didn't know what that movie was at the time.
Hmm.
And I saw it and absolutely fell in love with it. Way better movie than this by a long shot.
So it was just nominated for the best animated feature film.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
because it was an animated
just
feature
because it was
film.
an animated feature. The animated feature format only exists, the award only exists because it's a bunch of old white people nominating movies for the Academy, and no, they don't they want to quote unquote like feel right nominating or even having an animated film win Best Picture, because like the few times that it had an animated film had even been nominated for Best Picture, like Beauty and the Beast, like was a they felt was discrediting to the category kind of
Did you
stuff.
see that article recently about the thing somebody said, like, once it got Beauty and the Beast was nominated, like, we can never let this happen again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean that's really 100% the reason why this category exists.
It's,
And Disney never creates a film. We're years and years away, like a decade away, until Disney wins this out of this category, which is crazy. They're the reason for its existence, but they don't put out anything worthy of the award for 13 years after its existence. This comes to be
fun.
fun, fun, fun.
So basically, DreamWorks just cleaning up.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, there was a Treasure Planet sequel in the works. Possibly, it's funny when you can't even make a direct to DVD sequel to a movie. Like this is ripe for the pickings
Yep.
for a direct to video sequel prequel, like a Long John Silver prequel or something.
Yeah, a fast food promotion. Why was there not a fast food promotion with Long John Silver's?
It's like how there was no uh, cross promotion with Sonic. Just
Yes,
a bunch of idiots in control of these things.
because like what are you doing? These are layups. You're blowing wide open layups.
Apparently, the sequel was going to be Jim and Kate, a love interest and classmate at the Royal Academy, team up with Long John Silver to stop the villainous Ironbeard from freeing the inmates of the Botany Bay prison asteroid. And Willem Dafoe was going to be the voice of Ironbeard.
Wow.
It was canceled. Why was it canceled? Would you think?
Oh, because it lost $30 million.
A bingo box
Yeah.
office failure. So they canceled the sequel, which is crazy for Disney because, like, regardless, a direct-to-video sequel for Treasure Planet makes a lot of sense. But nothing. They just
But
gave up on it immediately because I think even like Lilo and Stitch was a bigger success, anyways.
right.
And you're also next year you have Pirates of the Caribbean. So what benefit do you have making another pirate movie to
William
come out
Dafoe.
featuring Willem Dafoe?
Hey,
Just
Long John Silver. Hey.
why'd you spill your beans?
Peter, you are like a son to me. Peter.
So, Nick,
Yes.
we already covered it. Was there a sequel? No.
No, there was not.
Was there a theme park ride?
Uh, obviously not, but I think there might have been like some kind of tie-in at the theme
There was
park.
always tie-ins. There's always tie-ins, but there was never an attraction.
No.
There was never anything. Was there a video game?
Absolutely. Had to be a Game Boy
Abs-
Advance game somewhere.
Absolutely. Absolutely there was a Game Boy Advance game.
Yeah.
Actually, there were a few. There was those typical like PC games that existed. There was a PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 1 game. And a Game Boy Advance game.
It's we're in a period like in the 2000s. Like, was there a Game Boy Advance game? Yes,
Yes.
because of Game Boy Advance.
They were making like weird. There was like an ET Game Boy Advance game. Like, that's a that's a move.
That's a
That's a bull move.
was the
Go out
original
there.
was the original game unlockable on it?
No, no.
Oh,
But like to the gall to make an ET game at any point at any time in history now is lost forever. But they still did it.
yeah. It's like, you know what? Let's just do it.
Just do it. It's gonna
Uh,
stop us. Nobody. It's a Game Boy game. It's just gonna go to the market, be $20, and we've lost nothing because a bunch of parents will buy it for their kids because they don't know.
they don't know the history. Well, so at the time, I think like pretty much THQ had like all the rights to like the Disney Game Boy Advance games, right? They were
Uh,
developing this.
I think so.
I think it was THQ.
Let's see. The Sony released the Sony Computer Entertainment released Treasure Planet action video game for the PlayStation and PlayStation 2 by Bizarre, which is weird because Bizarre is known for Project Gotham Racing for the Xbox and Geometry Wars for the Xbox for these things, but also Treasure Planet for the PlayStation 2. Game Boy. It just says that Game Boy Advance game was released. It doesn't say from who,
Yeah.
what it is.
It's there.
Yeah. Now I've got to look it up.
Are
Disney's.
you ever tempted to just go track down some of these obscure like Game Boy Advance games from some of these movies we cover that are not good?
Oh, absolutely.
Like
That's what
I
I'm
need to get Brother Bear for the Game Boy Advance. Spoilers, we're gonna watch Brother Bear coming
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that Rick Moranis is making his triumphant return to
Yes.
film,
Yeah.
we get to watch one of his last film roles.
Now his children are in their 40s and self-sufficient. Rick Moranis feels okay about going back to work.
Yeah. Yeah. Treasure Planet was developed and published by Disney Interactive. So,
Eh?
the highest review was from Nintendo Power. Surprise, surprise.
What?
And the quote on Metacritic for it is players can access Solar Surfer riding sequences and unlockable clips from the film. That's the quote from this review that they chose on Metacritic.
Yep.
That you can see clips from the film and ride the Solar Surfer. That's
Well,
it.
that's tells you
But it
all you
seems
need.
like but it seems like that's the only thing people like about this game because the IGN review, the solar surfing is only so-so, but if you're looking for an adventure that'll challenge your mind as well as your reflexes, this one should be marked on your map.
Oh God.
So, on October 14th, 2003, a user named Tone B gave it the review of a perfect 10, saying it's a work of pure genius. So,
Uh, Tone B.
yeah.
I question your motives.
he he used to work for Disney Interactive, you know.
Yeah, he's like, no,
Yeah. I love this game. It's the best game I ever
it's the
worked
best
on.
game ever. I mean, of crap.
Yeah. But yeah, I wanted to like this movie. It should be better than it is, and it's just not, and that's a bummer.
It just feels like they put all their effort into the way it looked and not how it was written.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Apparently, this is the second retelling of Treasure Island in space, because apparently in 1987 there was an Italian miniseries called Treasure Island in Outer Space. So that's very exciting. Is there anyone in it that's Ernest Borgnine's in it?
oh my God, Ernest Borgnine, who is also in what, JJ? The Black Hole.
The black hole. Uh,
You're doing a space movie?
uh,
I hear
Anthony
you're doing a space movie.
Anthony Quinn was in it,
Okay.
and David Warbeck was in it. So yeah.
Like if you're making a live action, like low budget space movie, you knew who to call.
Yeah, I love the picture.
You call
because
Cabby from Escape
I,
from New York.
I wish I don't know. I wish you could see. Let's see if you can make it out on this. This is the DVD cover of it. Come on, you can see where Ernest Borgnine is on there. There you go.
I'm in this movie.
Look at him, just exactly what you expect from Ernest Borgnine.
I'm Ernest Borgnine.
I wonder what role he played in it.
I want to. He's like, I still got my old McHale uniform. Like, Mr. Borgnine,
This is going to take place in the future.
is this like Airwolf?
Let's see. Ernest Borgnine played Billy Bones, so he dies at the beginning of this movie. So,
Uh,
and
he
Anthony
just like,
and Anthony Quinn was Long John Silver. So,
do you guys remember when I was in Marty? Yeah, Mr.
yes,
Mr.
Mr.
Borgnine.
Borgnine, please,
That was in the
please, we're trying.
50s. I know.
Please,
I won an
sir.
Oscar for that.
Please, sir, we filmed all your scenes already.
I was in Marty. Do you want to hear about my day shooting on Bad Day at Black Rock and how Spencer Tracy actually put a cigarette out on me?
You've already told us that story, sir.
I was in McHale's Navy.
And fast forward to his episode on The Simpsons, which you can watch now on Disney Plus.
Disney Plus.
Nick,
Yes, JJ.
2002,
Okay.
big year for movies. Big year for movies.
Yep.
Not this movie. That's for damn sure.
No.
But would you like to take a shot at what the top 10 movies of 2002 were?
Was
what
Spider-Man number one?
Spider-Man was number 3.
But
Oh, like I said, a big year for movies.
2002.
Here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
Number 1, movie of the year, The Two Towers.
That was the movie of the year.
Yep. $926 million worldwide.
That-
These are worldwide grosses, not American.
Oh, okay. It's like
Domestic. These are worldwide.
I have never seen that movie.
It's Lord of the Rings.
Oh my God. Okay. I'm sorry. You're right. The Two Towers. For some reason, I thought, like, did this make like a 9/11 movie? Like, I was thinking, okay, I was thinking the one with Nick Cage in it.
Nick Cage.
It was World Trade Center. Okay. Sorry.
Number 2, Chamber of Secrets.
Okay.
So that makes sense. Number 3, Spider-Man.
Right.
Number 4, Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones.
Nope.
Which you can listen to an episode talking about that movie on this very feed with me and my good friend Jake.
Yep.
Number 5, Men in Black 2.
It was all right. Men in Black 2 was
It's
okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Number 6, Die Another Day.
Oh, it should have. It should have died much earlier.
Number 7, Signs.
You know, I like Signs.
Science is fine.
It's
Science
fine.
is good. It's a Disney movie. It was the most successful Disney movie of the year.
It, it gets a bad rap because of M. Night Shyamalan, but you know what?
It gets a
It's not the
retroactive.
Village,
Yeah, it gets a retroactive bad rap because M Night Shyamalan sort of became M Night Shyamalan. So
and
when you
also
go
Mel
back,
Gibson.
yeah, and when you go back to Signs, it's just like M Night Shyamalan as hell.
Yeah,
But it was only like one of his earlier movies, so
and you
it's
have Joaquin Phoenix dressed as a Joker beating a bunch of aliens with a baseball bat.
yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
And,
yeah, great.
as Gary Glitter blares in the background.
Yes.
Number 8, Ice Age. I like
Uh,
Ice Age. I like that first one. It's okay.
my kids
It's not
like
great.
Ice Age.
Yeah, it's not great, but it's still good. Yeah,
I'm a woolly mammoth.
which where we decided that Ray Romano and Dennis Leary were children's stars.
Yeah. To be fair, Dennis Leary had already done The Sandlot and Operation Dumbo Drop.
Very true. Very true. Number 9, My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Okay, I don't think I've ever seen all that movie, but
And number 10, Minority Report. So,
fantastic movie.
I love Minority Report. Let's see. Anything else interesting happened that year? Who won the Academy Award for Best Picture
For Best Picture,
in 2002?
was it?
This was a weird year where there was controversy this year over a particular movie.
Were any of the movies you just mentioned nominated? For,
I don't know about nominated, but definitely none of the movies we mentioned won.
I have no clue.
Chicago.
Oh, okay,
And
yeah.
and Roman Polanski won Best Director Academy Award
Oops,
for The Pianist.
ruh-roh.
Yeah, whoopsie doozles. And
Good.
it was controversial because it's not like the stuff about Polanski was new.
No,
So like everyone knew he was not in America, and everyone knew he wasn't going to come to America to accept his award
yep,
because of why everyone was mad that he was nominated and was probably going to win that award.
yeah. It's like Roman Polanski's been pretty much common knowledge since what, the 70s?
Yeah, yeah. It was like Roman Polanski's weird already during this whole Manson family situation. So
Right.
we're just gonna have more.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he was. And then he. Why was he not at the mansion that night? I wonder. Or had they already divorced?
I think they don't tell you in Once
Helter
Upon a
Skelter.
Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, or Helter Skelter.
So, let's see what else. I'm trying to see what opened with this movie. It was in November. I'm on October here. What opened with Treasure Planet? Oh boy. Here's what opened with Treasure Planet. 8 Crazy Nights. The Adam Sandler Hanukkah movie.
Okay.
A movie called Extreme Ops. So.
Is that like Tom Clancy's Extreme Ops?
Oh man, the cover is a dude on a snowboard running away from 2 helicopters.
Uh
I
Is
don't know who.
is the extreme in a bigger? Is the accent extreme in a bigger font?
It's in a bigger font. It's in the WWF scratch logo style and circled.
Okay.
So,
Cool. All right.
so you know it's good.
Yep.
Directed by the guy who did, let's see, Livewire.
Uh-huh.
Screamers and Scanners 2 and 3.
What? Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I need a adrenaline junkie movie.
I'm looking at the. Oh god, it stars the guy who was Human Casper in that 1995 Casper movie.
It stars Casper Van Dien.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, his credits. The lead of this Extreme Ops movie: Little Giants, Casper, SLC Punk, Idle Hands, Final Destination, Slackers.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the punchable face guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy.
The guy who looks like he should be wearing puka shells everywhere he goes.
Yeah, and then he does he unironically does the shaka bra,
Yeah.
shaka bra,
Shaka bra.
shaka
Oh,
bra.
God. I lost where I was. So what? Okay, I said extreme ops,
Mm-hmm.
personal velocity, 3 portraits.
Huh?
It's a it's a drama.
It's like a JRPG.
It's yeah. It sounds like that's something out of Japan. I'm sure it's a very serious movie that is not
Yeah.
starring Kira Sedgwick.
Uh,
So
okay.
directed by Rebecca Miller.
Yeah. It, it was developed by Atlas Software.
Solaris.
Okay.
I'm sure you were. That was the Soderbergh film produced by James Cameron, starring George Clooney.
Oh, George Clooney's first space movie.
Yes, his first
Yeah.
space movie. I love the poster for Solaris because it does not tell you, like what it is. It doesn't tell you it's on space. It's just George Clooney kissing. I forget what her name is, but it's just like the space movie.
Okay. Is that Michelle Pfeiffer?
No.
I couldn't tell who it was. It turns out I have a little device that has all the knowledge of the common universe in it. So
And it also opened up with the movie They, which was a horror movie. I think it was originally called Wes Craven's They. So
Wes Craven's Last House on the Left.
yeah, it doesn't really star anybody, and it was a terrible movie. It's because it was a end of the year. It was a post Halloween horror movie, so it can't be. It's never good. If a horror movie is out in November, December, January, February,
Yep.
good chance, bad movie.
Yep.
So.
Sometimes you get like some good Christmas time horror films.
Yeah, but it has to be marketed directly as a horror movie around
Like
Christmas.
Like the Krampus.
Yes, exactly.
I like the Krampus.
It's fine.
It was all right.
Yeah, or what was
The remake of Black Christmas.
No, none of those are that great. But was it like Rare Exports? I think it was called. That's a great movie.
Was that a Christmas movie? Yeah.
Well, yeah, because it was like, yeah, because it's called Rare Exports: A Christmas Tale, and it's like they like it's you learn the story. It's like, no, we have to keep Santa Claus caged.
Oh, it's that one episode of Futurama again.
Yeah, exactly.
Claus.
But yeah, no, Rare Exports, great movie. Watch it. But yeah, that's Treasure Planet, I guess.
It's a movie.
It's a movie. I'm going to say, without knowing where it is on my list, I know it's going to be where this is episode 43, so it's probably going to be in the low 30s somewhere on my list.
That sounds about right. Again, I didn't dislike it. Like I'm certainly probably gonna like it more in our next film.
Yeah.
For a variety of reasons.
Okay.
Can you guess why? One of the reasons I won't like our next film.
I have some ideas, but we better keep some good content for.
Yes. Once again, just to put it this way, JD is going to be gleefully overjoyed once I get to hear the soundtrack.
Can't wait.
Mm-hmm.
Exciting. Always exciting for me.
Mm-hmm.
So what, you're thinking 30s for you as well?
I think so.
Well, I'll figure it out. We'll talk about it first thing next episode.
Yep.
We won't be recording next week because I'll be in Disneyland again.
JD is going to be living in the Star Wars area.
Yep.
Galaxy's Edge.
I'm gonna find a hole that they won't find me in, and I'm just gonna spend the night there.
And
they can't catch me.
And you're gonna live on blue milk.
I think I could. No, it'll be the green milk. I'm gonna just go for it. Just like Luke.
Yeah, just go for that green milk.
Just go for it. I will find a way to live on the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
Hell or high water. They've got those little. I've seen the movie. It's got the little things where you can smuggle goods.
Yeah.
Luke and Leia were hiding in and all that stuff. I can do it too. I've seen the movie. I know how it works.
Yep.
I'm going to hope and pray that they haven't seen the movie.
Yes.
That's my.
Well, knowing some Disney execs, probably not.
I think Bob Iger has probably watched like the Christmas special and Attack of the Clones, and that's it.
And the Droids cartoon.
The Droids cartoon,
All of the Droids
but
cartoons.
but not the Ewoks cartoon.
No,
No,
not the Droids, because there's just a
absolutely not.
line. Like they're just gonna drag you off the Falcon, and you're just like a disheveled JJ screaming about, "I was gonna make the castle run."
Uh, I actually haven't seen. So next week is Brother Bear.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
It is. I
Yeah.
remember seeing. I remember seeing that movie brand new, and then seeing it on video, liking it both times. But that was 2003. Let's see. When in 2003 did that come out? November of 2003. So I was uh, out of high school and doing absolutely nothing. So had
Nice.
nothing, no time to doing nothing but watch movies.
So your reference point for like quality was bad.
Yeah,
You're like, oh, I don't know. I've lived a life yet.
yeah, yeah.
I'm a kid still.
Kids still. Now I'm not going to school and I'm not working. So, so
Yeah, it's like, and cut to now grizzled old man JJ
yeah,
or grizzled 30 man in his 30s JJ.
yeah. Who knows? Do I still like Brother Bear? Do I not still like Brother Bear? Am I able to look past the music of Phil Collins? We'll see.
Will I continually get it mixed up with the Country Bears movie, also by Disney?
Also by Disney.
And
We should watch the Country Bears movie for this.
should we?
I think we should. We're gonna keep talking about things like 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea and the Black Hole and all these
Yeah,
great movies, Treasure Island, and then
sure.
we're just gonna watch the bad stuff. We're gonna
It's
watch Country Bears and the Haunted Mansion.
yeah, like 3 months from now, like, oh, join us next week for the Hannah Montana movie,
I do have my lines. I'm not gonna do anything.
the Lizzie McGuire movie.
Lizzie McGuire movie. There you go. Rocket Power. Was that Disney or was that Nickelodeon?
I
I don't
think that
remember.
was
I think
Nickelodeon.
that was Nickelodeon. Yeah. So okay, yeah, because it was like this Klasky Chupo. So yeah,
It was like that Jimmy Neutron vein.
it was that. Just like Rugrats.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it was the Koleski Studios,
Klasky Chupo.
Klasky Chup.
Yeah, they were like one of the studios that worked on original Simpsons for a
Yeah,
while.
you're right. They did.
Yeah, but they were best known for Rugrats. So
Original Simpsons now serving at Disney Plus
it
in an aspect ratio which is apparently infuriating.
can be.
Yeah,
90% of the episodes it doesn't matter, but a couple of times it really does. So
you can't see all the plant in the homophobic Homer episode.
yeah.
You can't see the
You can't see all of the horrific homosexual stereotypes.
yes,
Yeah.
possibly for the best.
But they're fixing that, I guess, or they fixed it. I don't know. I remember they were going to fix it after the beginning of the year, and it's after the beginning of the year, so I don't know if it's fixed yet or not. But we'll see.
Yeah.
But until then, thank you all for joining us again. We'll see you next week for Brother Bear, and have a magical day.